everyone, I'm Lanice, and you're watching Living Well Uintah Basin, where success is defined by you. On Beyond the Couch, we cover the American Cancer Society Relay for Life event at Naples City Park. And on Your Way, we meet up with Rick Fladlin and his granddaughter, who talk about getting out with your family and being active. We've got a great show in store for you, so let's go.
Living Well Uintah Basin, presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Also made possible by Warriors Warehouse and Uintah Recreation District. Living Well Beyond the Couch.
Right now we're a little over 160,000. Our goal, it is really cool. Give yourselves a clap. We're working hard tonight to raise a total of $300,000, and this is doable. So we really appreciate you guys coming out. Really, if you pace yourself through the time, it evens out. Today's the toughest day. It's the most hustle I've ever had to do in my entire life, and it's not even about over. And so it's today. But otherwise, my committee, we all lift each other up and we span it out over months. So it evens out. It's not too bad. To see it come to fruition is pretty spectacular. I can't wait for my ceremonies, honestly, because they're something that I went to a mega event. They invited me to come to the mega event because I didn't know we were a mega event. In order to be that, you have to raise over $200,000, and we do that. I mean, something pretty cool comes out of the Uintah Basin. It's the Relay for Life. I mean, it's really awesome. We're the #1 fundraiser in the state of Utah, and per capita, we're the #1 in the nation. And this was stuff I didn't quite get a hold of until I went to it. And after I went to that training, I came back and started to dream. And seriously was like, okay, how can I do this? What can I do to make an impact, to make people as passionate about it as I am? And it's to get them to know that we're here as a community for each other, for those that are fighting cancer right now. But see, I started Relay for my grandpas who passed away. And I was a hospice chaplain, and so it was to champion my patients to say their deaths weren't in vain. I'm going to keep fighting and keep fighting. And it used to be 1 out of 10 survived cancer. Now it's 2 out of 3, and I'm going to champion until it's 3 out of 3. It's just so great to come together as a community because you see how much of us interlock and intertwine. And when you cross each other on these paths tonight and you're taking these laps and someone's having a moment to where they need it lifted up and they need a hug, the person that passes by them is going to step in and do it because we're that kind of community that makes sure we have that outreach for each other, that provides strength and hope and encouragement for those that are here and for those that have passed, and for our caregivers. We're champions of our caregivers too. And so this community, we're blessed to have them. I mean, we are blessed that this community says this is something we want to fight for, and they give to it, because without this community, we would not be a mega event. Without this community, we wouldn't even have the Hope Lodge that the ground broke for in Salt Lake City. It was us that they said, why is this little community making such an uproar? And it's because we have to travel out of the area to get our treatment, most of our treatment anyway. And so the Hope Lodge is being built, and I think it has 40 rooms, might have 43, I'm not quite sure. But that's for patients that go there that even need weeks and weeks of treatments, that they can stay there at spa-like. You just make your reservation for it, and that happened because of the Uintah Basin full out. To get involved for Relay for Life, it's always best to start a team, because one person can make a champion of others and keep bringing more and more on board. So when you start a team, it brings in more fundraising and it brings in more people. But there's so many other ways you can do it. You can go online, you can check out cancer.org to see other ways you can do it. But for our community, it's to get here, be part of the ceremonies, be part of the Relay for Life, donate, fight for the cause, and to get a team would be exceptional.
Is an event that many communities participate in throughout the United States. In Uintah Basin, actually, we are one of the largest relays in the nation. Last year we raised over $200,000 for the cancer. Cancer is affected by, everybody's affected by cancer one way or the other. And it's here to help with a lot of research to find a way to prevent, or to cure cancer, not necessarily prevent cancer, but to cure cancer. It's also we have what's called, it's a van that takes people out for x-rays, radiation therapy. And part of the funding comes from the relay. There's a facility that's being built in Salt Lake called the Hope Lodge, and that has also been funded by the relays. And that will help people who have to go out to the Wasatch Front who need cancer treatment and they have no place to stay. They'll have a place to stay. And they broke ground on the 1st of May this year. And so that will be for anybody and their family members who have to go out and have cancer treatments in the city. I am the survivor chair this year, and what that's been for me is contacting people who are survivors. There are people who have helped take care of them, the caregivers, make them aware of the events that we've had this year. Last week we had a survivor dinner for the people who are survivors. We had, I believe there was about 45 survivors plus their caregivers that came last week. We ended up about 85 people. And we had people in the community, the Western Part donated the venue, Golden Corral donated the food, and it was a tremendous event to recognize the people that have fought the battle and are still, many of them still fighting it. What it means to me, again I said, every family I think is affected by cancer. I have a granddaughter that has leukemia, and my mother died of cancer. I have many aunts and uncles who've died of cancer, friends who have fought cancer, so it's my way of paying back. Well, I think I know Relay has been in this area for at least 10 years, because I've been involved with it for at least that long. What it means to the community is people can come, we have teams. They develop teams where they work, for their church communities, little clubs that they belong to. They develop teams, and then those teams go out and raise money to go toward the cancer research. What it means is that everybody gets involved and supports the people who are fighting cancer, supports the research for cancer, and hopefully end up with a cure. So that there's not, instead of 2 out of 3 surviving cancer, 3 out of 3 will survive cancer.
90% of the decisions that are made about cancer, and the most important decisions that are made about cancer, are made behind closed doors in congressional settings and hearings before you ever even hear the words, "you have cancer." So we work with the Congress to pass bills that take care of things like that. Like, for instance, none of us our age, and probably our parents even, have seen a commercial for cigarettes on TV. And that's because groups like ACS CAN went to Congress and said, "You're letting these people target these horrible, deadly things to our children, and we don't want that." And so that doesn't happen. Last year in the congressional sessions, we passed an oral oncology parity that makes it so people that have to take oral chemotherapy don't have to pay $10,000 a month for their prescription. It maxes out at $300, because if you're faced with a $10,000 a month copay on your prescription, there's no way you can take it. So we kind of took care of that. And then the Cancer Action Network also, this last year, got the Utah Congress to give $2 million to build the Hope Lodge in Salt Lake that will house cancer patients that have to travel there for surgeries and for treatments for completely free. So they'll have a place to stay while they're out there, and we helped get that money from the state of Utah. People that are at Relay are the ones that understand that cancer is a big deal anyway. So we could go out and we could talk to just random people on the street, and we could tell them, hey, join our group. We want to help make all of this change. But all of these people that are out here with Relay for Life, they already care. They're already invested, and they already want to make a difference. And so joining the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network is just one more step that lets them say, hey, we want things to change. We want cancer to be a word that our kids read about on Wikipedia and don't even know what it is. To get involved with the Cancer Action Network, you just go to www.acscan.org and you sign up. And there's a $10 fee for it, but that's because anybody can sit outside Walmart or Kmart with a phone book and start going through and calling people, or grab people at the door and say, hey, sign this petition, sign this petition. It doesn't mean anything to the people in Congress, but when we say, these people all paid $10, they all paid $10 because they want us to tell you that you need to make changes that are favorable for cancer, they listen to that, because people don't part with their money for no reason whatsoever. And $10 is a small amount to you, but it makes a huge difference in the long run. Like I said earlier, when we went to the Utah State Congress, we turned $10 into $2 million with a few phone calls and a couple hours talking to our congressman.
I think it's fabulous. It's great to see the support, and being a survivor from several different kinds of cancer, it's great to see the support from the community. I would love to see it cured. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's nice to see the whole community supporting it, and good to see other people that are going through what you've been through and what you've all share that experience together. So.
Hear some of their stories and the folks that we know that are personal.
It's rampant. This stuff is rampant. It's so many people have it.
So if there's any chance in the world to get it cured, that's what I want.
Well, we do this we've been doing it, what, 3 years now for my dad. He's a cancer survivor. He had stage 4 cancer of melanoma, which is a very fast-killing cancer. And he did a study, and it was actually killing the cancer. So this is why we raise the money, to make sure they have enough studies going on. We actually live in Neola and Roosevelt and Altamont. It is awesome. The Basin is the best place to be. As you can tell, even though we are small, normal folk, we get together just to help each other, to support each other.
When you have a medical emergency, you need the help of trained professionals and the necessary medical technology to diagnose and treat as quickly as possible. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, we have the physicians, nursing staff, support staff, and technology to provide that help. You can trust our team of caring professionals to treat you with the care and concern that you deserve. We give our best every day for the people of the Basin, because this is our hospital and our community.
Warriors Warehouse has the preventative and natural products you need to improve your overall health. Nutritional supplements for maximum performance? We've got that too. And if you're looking for the best variety of gluten-free food, the search is over. We also cater to the needs of our customers by providing individualized diet and supplement plans, skincare, and friendly professional service. We have the education and experience to answer your questions and give you first-class assistance, backed by our pharmacy-certified Dr. Lewis. Let us show you why we're your #1 source for health products.
Living Well Health and Wellness Tip, brought to you by Warriors Warehouse.
There's a lot of buzz about coconut water. Is it a trend or is it here to stay? It's here to stay.
And here's why. Coconut water has calcium and magnesium, which are often absent in most of your sports drinks, and do most of the work as far as preventing cramping. In addition, it also contains naturally occurring vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that are going to help you with metabolism, energy production, and digestion.
Come get your coconut water at Warriors Warehouse, 1060 West, Market Drive, Suite 1, here in Vernal.
Living well, your way.
I'm here with Rick Fladlin and his granddaughter Savannah, and I asked them to be on the show. One of the things that we focus on with this part of the show is things that people do to get out and be active. And a couple years ago I saw this little one right here, Savannah, running in a 5K. Savannah, how old were you when you ran that first 5K?
I was 6 years old.
6 years old, and that was the thing that impressed me the most. In fact, I haven't told you this yet, but when I saw you cross that finish line, it was that, what was it, Life is an Adventure race?
Adventure, yeah.
When I saw you cross that finish line, I seriously got so teared up and I was on the verge of tears. I thought that was the coolest thing to see you cross that finish line. So how long have you been running with your grandpa? You're how old now?
8.
You're 8 now, and you ran that one at 6. So about 2 years you and your grandpa have been doing this?
Third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
Third year. I think that's pretty cool. What kind of got you into doing that? Did your grandpa just come to you and say, let's do this?
Kind of. He just said, I signed you up for this race and we're gonna do it. So I just...
So grandpa didn't give you a choice in the beginning. But you're probably glad that he did that, right?
Yeah.
This is a neat thing that you guys do together. Rick, you and I were at the rec center one day talking, and you were telling me, you haven't been running for very long. You said you started in
2010.
2010. Tell us a little bit about the beginning of, well, let me back up. One of the things that you told me when we were talking was that you wanted to run at least one half a marathon every year until you turn 60.
Yeah, I've been doing one a year since 2010, and this year I'm going to try to do 2, and do 2 till I'm 60.
Okay.
And then see what happens.
Now you were telling me that first 5K was a little bit rough.
It was really rough.
Tell us a little bit about like your whole getting into this and all, kind of your journey to where you are today.
My daughter talked me into running a 5K in Salt Lake, and I told her, yeah, no problem, I can do it. And I run the whole thing, which I probably shouldn't have. It was just a little rough, and decided if I was going to do some things with the grandkids and my kids, and I better get in a little better shape. So I've kind of set some goals to, you know, get in a little better shape and have a little more fun. So it's worked out pretty good.
Well, I've seen you at a lot of the races here locally and stuff, and like I said, I just think it's really impressive to see you guys doing this. Now, I know this isn't running related, but Savannah, one of the things that you do, like I said, we talk about all the things that we can do to stay active and enjoy life. You're a softball player, is that right? Mm-hmm. And that's got to be pretty fun. And also your grandpa was saying you do some horseback riding as well. And I think you better tell the audience about your fish, because that was pretty cool. You want your grandpa to tell it, or you want to tell about it?
My grandpa.
Okay.
I think you were, what, 6? It's been a couple of years ago. We were fishing the gorge. We do a lot of fishing in Fleming Gorge in the spring, and Savannah was the lucky one that day that hooked onto the largest fish we had caught, probably in the last 6 or 8 years, and it was 32 pounds. And I knew we were going to lose it, and she just kept reeling and reeling, and finally her dad had to help her a little bit, hold on to the rod, and she got it in, we netted it, and weighed it, released it, took some photos, and had a fiberglass mount made for her, so she can have it on her wall, and the fish got to live.
That's so cool.
So it was really an awesome day of fishing, for sure.
That's really
We're
neat.
trying to break that record, but I don't know if we'll get it done or not, but we're working on it.
You better break that record, huh?
Yeah.
Nobody else, right? Well, I think that's great. You know, I love to see families do stuff together, and there's no excuse. I mean, you're out there enjoying things with your grandkids, and I think that's great to see, because I think a lot of times if we don't take care of ourselves when we're young, we get to, you know, our 50s, our 60s,
Yes.
and we can't do these things with our grandkids. And so I think it's such an inspiration, something that everybody needs to hear, that it's never too late to, I mean, 2010 wasn't that long ago, so it's never too late to get in shape and be that kind of a grandparent.
You can, you're never too old, you just got to get started, and once you get started, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
So.
that's great. All right, Savannah, what's the next race you have planned out? Do you know yet? Life is an Adventure's coming up again. You'll probably do that one again, don't you think?
We'll do it and probably do the Neola 4th of July 5K.
Oh.
So we'll do it together and see what else comes up. And if she's not busy, then we'll try to get in every one we can.
Perfect. Well, I think it's great. Continue running because there's nothing better. Staying active is the best thing that you can do while you're young. I appreciate both of you for talking a little bit to us today, and you heard it from these guys. Get out and get active. It was great having you here with us today, and remember, it's you, the people of the Basin, who make this show. So if you have an idea for an upcoming episode, we'd love to hear from you. Contact us here at BTV Channel 6, and be sure to like us on Facebook. Until next time, live well and stay healthy, Uintah Basin. It was great having you with her. Until next time, live well and stay happy, Uintah Basin. Happy or healthy? 'Cause I'm happy. Because when you're healthy, you're happy.